Hey guys, what's going on? Today we are going to be discussing something that has been an incredibly hot topic in the Halo community for around 3.5 years now, ever since Halo 4 launched, and that is why the Elites look different from Bungie's games to 343's games. So I'm going to start off with a simple answer, and then after that I'm going to go into more detail and look at why the old design wasn't present in Halo 5, and whether or not it will be present in future games. So, the simple answer: each type of elite is a different subspecies. Think of it like a Siberian Husky and an Alsatian. They're both dogs, they're just different types of dogs. They can be separated by their phenotypical differences, i.e. the Siberian Husky tends to have white and grey fur, and the Alsatian tends to have brown and grey fur. The same goes for the elites. The elites present in Halo 1, 2, 3 and Reach are a different phenotypical subspecies to the ones present in Halo 4 and 5. Some of these phenotypical differences between both species are, for example, in Halo 3, the elites had more curved spines and tended to slump over more, and had mandibles that began lower down the face below the eyes. When you compare that to the Halo 4 and 5 elites, the Halo 4 or 5 elites had more straightened spines, so appeared taller, and also their mandibles began a lot further up their face, almost behind the eyes, so they have pretty significant visual differences. So there you go, the simple answer is that they're just two different subspecies of elites, and 343 chose to have the newer design, the different phenotypical variation of elites, present in the games over the old design. The old design still exists, they're still in the universe, they just aren't in the game because 343 probably didn't have enough resources or time to develop models for both designs when making Halo 4 and 5. Okay, so let's go into a little bit more detail and look at why the old design was not present in both Halo 4 and 5. So, let's start off in Halo 4. In Halo 4 we had the Storm Covenant, aka Jul'Mdama's Remnant, and it was made up of a lot of elites and jackals and grunts and species that fought in the original Covenant and went off to join his Remnant. Similar to the original Covenant, Jul'Mdama's Remnant had many different species and subspecies, including Rutian and Ibishan jackals, very similar to the Old Covenant. However, when the Old Covenant was represented in the games, the Ibishan jackals were not represented, it was just the Rutian ones. In 343's games, the Ibishan are represented over the Rutian. Again, they're both in Jul'Mdama's Covenant, it's just that the Ibishan jackals are represented in the game over the Rutian ones. The same goes for the elites. The new design of elites is represented in the games, but in the expanded universe, both the old and new design of elites are both present in Jul'Mdama's Remnant. So, jumping over to Halo 5, the same precedent is held for Jul's Covenant, only the new design of elites is present in the game. There are still elites of the old design within his faction, however in the game the only ones that are present are the new design. We can also assume that the Swords of Sanghelios also have a large population of the new design of elites within their ranks, due to those being the only present type of elite in Halo 5. Again, the old design is definitely present within the Swords of Sanghelios, it's just that in the game, the only ones that were present were the new design. Seems simple, right? There are two types of elite, and 343 just chooses to represent a different species of elite in the games compared to Bungie. Well, when you bring the Arbiter into the fold, this whole thing gets a lot shakier. Obviously, he was the old elite design in Halo 2 and 3, however when 343 reintroduced him in Escalation, and then in Halo 5 as well, he suddenly changed to the other phenotypic variation. He changed to the new design. I actually did some digging and I found a post by Grim, the guy who writes Cannon Fodder, as to why this is the case. He posted this on the Halo Waypoint forums around May last year, and I hadn't actually found this until the other day, and here is what he said. It's important to understand that things aren't really black and white in situations like these. These being why the elites in Halo 5 aren't the original Halo 2 design. There are times, many times, where visual differences have canon explanations built into them to enrich the universe overall. The different variations of Sangheili are one such example. The way that you see them depicted in Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 3, Halo Reach, Halo Wars, Halo 4, etc. are all representations of how an elite can look in the universe. There will be times, however, where limitations dictate the need to be more efficient with the use of assets, and something you see in a game might not necessarily represent the definitive canonical look for the thing, species, character, etc. 100%. It makes for a much more relaxing and fulfilling overall experience if one is able to relax the rigid constraints we sometimes try to fit everything into. And trust me, no one is more conscious or concerned with creating and codifying definitive understandings of all the various elements in the Halo universe than me. It's a balancing act though. It's a case-by-case basis. While in a perfect world it would be awesome to have every character represented individually and have all phenotypes of a species represented within a single game, the reality is that there's a hidden but very real cost to doing so. Hopefully fans are able to take in and appreciate the richness of the universe, both because of, and in spite of, times where something might not just look right. So there you go. The reason the Solus Sanghelios Elites and Arbiter don't have the old designs is mainly due to resource constraints during development, but canonically they do have those designs. This means that maybe in the future, possibly in Halo 6 or further down the line, we could see the reintroduction of the old design. Something I would personally love because I'm really not a fan of the new design in any way, shape or form. One last thing to note is that the Halo 2 anniversary cutscenes with Halo 5 Arbiter in and Osiris, the jury's still out on whether or not they're canon. There's a lot of evidence for and against them being canon, but I wouldn't take anything you see in those two cutscenes entirely seriously. That's all for today, guys. I hope I could clear a few things up. Next video is going to be out very soon, and that is going to be a discussion about the return of the Sanghelios, which will be really interesting. I think I've got some great theories for you guys to hear, and I will see you in that video. Thanks a lot for watching.